everyone. I am Jane Albright, and I'm here with my friend Bill Beem, who I think we met in what, 1982?
It could be. Could very well be. We joined in 1978.
We are both obsessive Oz collectors, and one of the sort of subcategories that each of us have some material associated with is Wizard of Oz peanut butter. Swifts made Oz peanut spread starting right after the 1939 film. And when I first got to know Bill, he was interested in the glasses that you could buy it in the grocery stores. It started in I think 1940 and was sold clear up through the 70s. So there's a lot of years and a lot of changes that the product merchandising came in, and collectors like it. So I think the first thing that I knew about is the can of peanut butter that's advertised in that advertisement of yours, Bill. That appeared in the Wizard of Oz Collector's Treasury.
Yep.
And suddenly we all knew that Bill had this fabulous ad. It's here, Oz, the wonderful new peanut spread. And does that say that the cans are in two different sizes?
Yes, it does. It shows, well, actually it shows a can. It was reusable safe edge glasses, 12 ounce and 28 ounce cans. So 28 ounce cans and 12 ounce glasses.
Now I have the smaller can, and I know you do too. Have you ever seen a 24 ounce can?
No. And
I wonder if it's an Ozian myth that really exists out there.
Yeah, I've got the small one too.
Yeah. They had a little key on the top that you popped off, and
yeah, I'm missing the key, and I have a second can without the lid.
I've got a couple other ones, but my other ones are kind of rusty, so I was showing you my better one. Well, so that was the first that I knew of. I mean, that's the earliest evidence of when they were beginning to advertise Swift's Oz peanut spread. And you have
let me add that the date for this newspaper ad was like a full page ad in the Detroit Times, and it was September 12th of 1940, and is the date from it. And so I figured that that's when they first introduced it into the Detroit market. It was manufactured in Chicago, and that's where the Swift company was located.
You had some smaller ads you were showing me that looked like they're more a magazine page size.
Yeah.
Are they about the same era, do you think?
I think these are a couple years later. Actually, 3/12/45, and yeah, they're both 1945. That's the first one, and then the second one looks like that.
The art is just so charming on these.
I'm thrilled to come across these.
I love getting to try and compare the label art to actual labels and jars because it changed so consistently over time. The first jars that I became aware of, and I don't remember which of these labels is older, but they're a plastic jar, or I'm sorry, they're a glass jar with a plastic screw-off lid. And this one, for example, you see the little ballerina and the baseball player on the sides. And the ad at that time, they'd say, put more wham in your slam, more prance in your dance with Oz, the delicious peanut spread. Those two versions were what I had, and they came in different colored lids. The reason I now have 4 of these is because someday I hope to find people with other covered lids that I can trade with.
I have only glass jars. I have a 2.5 pound size.
Ooh.
With a nice Ozzy lid on the top, and then I have another one that is 2 pounds.
My one that size has a similar label but a different lid. Ah, look at that lid, a yellow lid. Here's a white lid. I've got a picture that I need to cut.
Yeah, there must be lots of variations of lids. That could be a whole entire collection.
On one. I have an image that I'll have to pop in here of all Freddie Fogarty's lids. Freddie laid them all out once and took a picture.
I always like the ones with the Oz characters on it.
Yeah. This one is really kind of grubby, but I bought it anyway because I didn't have one that said crunchy until I got this one.
Okay.
Oh, this reminds me of a great story I'll tell. See how somebody wrote salt on this? Moms would use these jars for other things and keep them around. My very first Wizard of Oz peanut butter pail was this particular one. I found it at an antique show. Here's the Cowardly Lion. Here's the Scarecrow. Here's Dorothy. Well, where the heck's the Tin Man? When I got it, it was painted, the whole lid was painted yellow, or I'm sorry, sort of a turquoise blue, and the mom had written flour on it because she was using it to hold flour in. Well, I was just certain that there'd be a Tin Man under the paint on that lid. So I ever so carefully, using my mom's paring knife in the kitchen, chipped all the blue paint off. You can still see little bits of residue under it to find the Tin Man with his smooth side.
Now mine does not have the Tin Man on it.
Ooh!
Unless he's under the little price tag.
Was that on the yellow lid, a can lid, or was that on this kind of can lid? Because there's the
No,
two.
that was on the first can.
Wow! Because I've got one of this with the Tin Man, and then a yellow one with a lid like yours.
I've got.
As you and I.
This is my lid on.
Then they had these in bigger sizes.
Okay, I have one without a lid.
Yeah, so both the design with those yellow and red diamonds coming up the side and the line art one came in both sides pail, the big 5-pound pail and the smaller 2-pound pail. Now I have a picture that I'll cut in here. Willard Carroll has one that still has a paper band wrapped around the outside of the pail with a little shovel tucked into the side where you're supposed to keep it and use it as a sand pail. It's really cute, so I'll be sure to show people.
Okay.
I'm looking at stuff in front of me because we both pulled a lot of our peanut butter things out to see what we could share. And I wanted to show you this ad. I got this fairly recently. It's for the plastic lidded screw-on glass jars. I'm trying to get rid of the glare as best I can. And it shows that there are 4 different colors in those jars. But like even looking at the label on there, there's how it looks, and there's a little swift mark down there at his feet. And some of the jars, this one, here's one. Some of the jars have that little swift mark, and then you'll turn right around and find another jar that doesn't. Well, I lied, all of mine do. But there's strange little anomalies about that change from one lid, one jar to another that are variants that makes collecting peanut butter labels really fun. Did I show this lid earlier? 5 cents.
Oh yeah.
You flash those on from time to time. This was the first lid that I ever found. Do you have the companion? There's got to be one that has the Tin Man and Lion on it.
No, I don't, and I do not have that one either. I think I saw a picture of it recently, but.
I found that on my way to an Oz convention, ran to get the Wizard of Oz Collector's Treasury. Let's plug the Wizard of Oz Collector's Treasury.
Okay, yeah.
A Wizard of Oz collector without this just does not know what they're missing. I mentioned that Bill's ad.
Oh, yeah.
Ta-da.
Yeah, my ad made the book.
Yeah, this was written by Jay Scarfone and Bill Stillman in what, 89?
I think so. And
the time of the 1939 movie.
Yeah.
And there's a small shot of the peanut butter pails right in here, a larger shot of the can, and then the glasses, which we'll get to later because there's so many, will be here for a while once we get to them. Here's a little shot of a few with some labels and a lid, and then another shot of much larger
glasses. Yeah, those are nice pictures.
Glasses. In Willard's book, the 100 Years of Oz, I felt like the layout for peanut butter was better. I mean, they were just really making it look gorgeous. Here we have pails,
oh yeah, it is.
mobile hanging, just really sweet. And I think there's one more page. Yeah, this page has some of the additional ephemera, the recipe book, the coloring.
Oh yeah, I've got the coloring book. I forgot about that.
Oh, I've got it right here under my elbow. The coloring, let's see, the mobile was something, and Bill's was on the back page of the Bugle once. It's like a punch out, there's little holes in it, and you just hang it in a store, I guess.
Yep.
Obviously decorated on front and back. That's Velcro, has nothing to do with the thing. One of my favorite things about this is, see that weird pink and white balloon?
Oh, yeah.
Some toy has this pink and yellow balloon. It was like some little Fisher Price toy or something. It has nothing to do with Oz, but it looks so much like it that I just put them together anyway.
It goes with the peanut butter thing.
Yeah, why not? Then there's the mobile, the recipe book. It's like a little accordion fold thing.
Mm-hmm.
Folds out, and we have on this side recipes, photos, a little bit. You can see a little bit of the character art. The back side shows the pail in a design that was not created. I don't think that looks like the way Dorothy looks on the pail, does it? No, she's leaning over, scooping sand on the final design.
Yeah, it's probably a prototype.
Yeah, and then
my copy is I have a Xerox copy of Fred Meyer's.
Then on the inside we have, is that showing everything? Because I'm behind it and can't tell. Recipes for what you make your peanut butter with, or make with your peanut butter.
Make me hungry. I actually have a jar of peanut butter with peanut butter in it. Now, the lid is very plain. And I think you thought this was made through the 70s. I think this came from a box from the early 80s, because I bought it from Gene Brockway.
Oh my.
And they're the ones that had bought a whole case full of it, and I bought a couple jars.
Speaking of casefuls, show everybody your case.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember where I got this, but it's a very attractive box. It has Oz on a couple sides, Oz glasses on the back. But that's the most interesting side of it, but it's really in great shape.
That's beautiful. That's wonderful. The other piece of ephemera sitting here in front of me is this little coloring book.
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah, really nice. I don't think this one's colored in. The pages, the paper has gotten very yellowed with age in mine. I assume that's the case with most all of them.
Yeah, they're fragile. I have several of them.
I don't think I've ever seen one where the staples weren't a rusty mess, but it has, charming little illustrations for kids to color. Mm-hmm. And it really deceives you, because the back cover shows these 7 glasses, and you'd think that's all there was, unless you met Bill Beem.
Well, actually, the main 6 are designs are shown there from the initial one, and those show the plain base. And we did an article way back for the Balm Bugle, and I can't remember what year it was, but and that's when I first got started. I think one of my first glasses was actually from Jane. It was a Tin Woodman glass that you gave me. Okay. And but I think you were trying to encourage me to write this article.
And how many glass variants did you come up with for that one?
Well, we came up with the plain base one. There were 6 glasses, and they varied from a Dorothy glass.
Show the base so we'll know what you're talking about.
Okay, it's got, it's very plain, and it's a heavy glass, and that's why we think this is the first design. There was also a Toto glass, and then a Scarecrow, a Tin Man, the Cowardly Lion, and a Wizard with a balloon on the other side, or the pink balloon. And they were all copyright S & Company. And then there's a second set that came out that has a wavy line base. It sort of goes a wavy line around the base. It's still plain on the bottom. And there's the same 6 characters there: Dorothy, Toto, Scarecrow, Tin Man, Cowardly Lion, and Wizard. And then after that, there was a vertical fluted base that came out, still plain on the bottom. And this one, actually, this one's out of place. This one I had because of the label. Those glasses were all the same, except the Scarecrow, instead of being white Scarecrow, was a black design. And that's what changed on that set. And it turns out there are 2 different sizes. Well, one set of glasses is an 1/8 inch taller than the other. And the only one I'm missing is a tall Toto from that vertical fluted base. And then after that, there were a set of 6 glasses that had the Witch of the, the Winkies. They came in different colors. Most of these are like an off-white. This one was Witch of the North, and then the Wicked Witch of the West. It's hard to see in this format. And then a Winged Monkey glass. And in addition to that, there was an Emerald City glass and a Glinda glass. And those six, we've seen in all sorts of different colors. The only Wicked Witch of the glass I've seen always has a starburst on the very bottom, which is unusual. And so I have like 4 out of 6 glasses that have the starburst. They're all off-white. And I assume there's a white set, but I only have a Winky glass in white. But then the Glinda glass was pink. You know, the Winged Monkeys, I have a yellow one and a red one. And I think I've heard of other colors. And then there's the Emerald City was obviously green. So
it sounds to me like what you're saying here, Bill, is if people want to collect Wizard of Oz peanut butter glasses, there's a whole lot of variants before they're going to have everything.
Yeah, with the peanut butter ones, but definitely there's 2 sets of designs, 6 glasses each. So the basic ones would get those 12. After that, you can go on all sorts of variations.
One of my favorite stories about you that your wife tells was when you went to visit Fred Meyer and left her alone in the living room while you and Fred went and rummaged through all his kitchen cabinets because all his glasses were Wizard of Oz drinking glasses.
Yeah. And there was no place to sit in the living room.
You have a couple weird glasses that you showed me a minute ago. I don't know if they're within reach of you, where they put an Oz label on a glass that did not have an Oz design. So that kind of anomaly shows up from time to time.
It's
and
a
couple anomalies I can check.
A flowered glass, and I have an Oz peanut butter label with a Tin Man on it. And then there's actually another glass that I came across on eBay. I think it's just like a design. I've got a yellow glass and a red glass. The red glass has the label. The yellow glass is just a plain glass, the same style, but the label's gone.
Huh.
But, those are, this first one was the one I saw in Todd Machen's collection back years ago when he visited Kansas City.
Wonderful. Well, the couple of weird glasses that I have, Jewel grocery store in, I believe, Texas, took the Wizard of Oz glasses, and you can tell by the way they color-coded them, they privately labeled jellies for their grocery chain. So we have the Tin Man in grape. Dorothy is, I can't even read my own upside down backwards.
Blackberry jelly.
Strawberry, red and yellow with the Cowardly Lion glass. The red wizard glass had apple jelly, and see the little wizard character on there. And then the black scarecrow glass was peanut butter. Totally strange. Just this one little handful of those 5, and they all have the fluted bottom in case you're taking notes.
Oh, yeah.
And the only other anomaly glass I have, and this will be kind of hard to tell on in this format, but the glass itself on this is goldenrod. It's not, let me find here's a normal Cowardly Lion glass. Can you see the white versus the amount of yellow in there?
Yep.
And I can't get that lid off. This also seems maybe a little taller than it should be. Yeah, this is that 1/8 of an inch taller than the ones that you've mentioned having. But it's gold. I was tickled to death to find one that was a color, fluted bottom again. I think we may have exhausted the extent of my peanut butter collection, but I will tell one more story on you. Do you remember when we were in Chesterton and that woman in the buy-sell trading area pulled out that pen?
Oh.
I watched her put this pen on the table that was Swiss Oz peanut butter, and I knew Bill's going to want that pen. And sure enough, you wound up getting it. Is it handy?
It was. Yeah, here it is. And at the time, that's the first one I'd ever seen. It has a Tin Man on it. And it says Oz peanut butter. Maybe this is a better way to, oh, yeah. This all looks backwards to me.
Well, yeah.
But I know that there are different colors of pens.
Yeah. When you record on Zoom, fortunately, everything's right side around by the time other people are watching it. It just makes us backwards right now. I have a blue one that was a gift from my friend Freddie Fogarty, who's got a fantastic Oz peanut butter collection. In fact, I'll probably put the title for this session over an image of his collection because it's just spectacular. And mine's a mechanical pencil. Is that what yours is too?
No, it's a ballpoint pen, but it no longer works.
Yeah,
so.
mine doesn't work either. But anyway, that was a fun memory seeing that pen come out. I went through pens at antique malls and flea markets and you name it forever trying to find one and thought I never would. You had a couple more ads that you were showing me a little bit ago. They were hinged frames.
But before we leave the pens, I think there have been identified at least 5 different colors. So I might be able to come up with a picture. These are, see if I can see these. On this side here, it's an ad aimed more towards toddlers. And then the center one is aimed towards elementary school kids. And the one on this other side is aimed towards aimed towards high school kids. And so they go from oh mommy, get this kind always, with Oz peanut spread. In the center it says a little girl telling her friend Oz is lots gooder than regular peanut butter.
Lots gooder.
Yeah, Oz is lots gooder. And then the high school one says the crowd's wild about Oz. So everything. These are copies of something that was sold on eBay that I was not able to get, but they're very interesting. I think they're probably from that 1940s, area.
I would imagine.
Because it's still showing the tin can,
Yeah.
and I think the tin cans were stopped being used, before the 50s.
Yeah. Fun. Well, we may have exhausted our topic. I did get a couple images from David Lee, who has a fantastic Wizard of Oz collection, or an Swiss Oz peanut butter collection. Well, he has fantastic Oz collection. Yes,
he's the one I've saw the pictures of the pens, the different color pens.
Yeah, he had an array of 5 or 6 of them, but he sent me a fun ad that he had that I'll pop up here over the two of us, where and viewers will be seeing this as I'm talking about it, even though you and I aren't looking at it, Bill. But it's sort of a generic background of a family smelling the fragrance in the air coming off a grill. And then there's an inset window for whatever product's being promoted. And here you've got Swift's Oz peanut butter. The other fun piece David sent me a photo of to include is called a shelf talker. It was something that would have been used in the grocery store where the retail store would punch it out of paper, fold it up, and slide it onto a shelf. And it shows this little guy. He looks kind of like the Hawaiian Punch Man to me, but promoting Swift's peanut butter in retail stores.
Wow.
Fun. So I don't know what else. Is there anything you think that we've missed?
I think we've covered quite a bit, and more than I had remembered, but it's been good going down memory lane.
I just thought it'd be sort of fun as one of the lunch sessions during 2 Oz to focus on peanut butter, because why not? Our lunch session on Sunday is a picnic in Oz Park that Scott Cummings recorded going through the park. And since this is a lunch, this will be showing up on Saturday. And I think the Saturday night dinner tonight is me talking about Oz foods in general. And I'll mention peanut butter there, but not so much. We also have a couple happy hours. And by the time this piece is playing Saturday, you can see the ones from Friday night still. Friday night is, I believe, the visit to the Oz Winery in Wamego, Kansas. And our other happy hour is Blair Ferdelius making Oz cocktails in his bar at home.
Sounds like fun.
I kind of figured, if people were at a real convention, those are the things we'd be doing, having meals together and visiting sites and doing things. So we recruited old friends to record and pop things in, and we're doing it.
Well, it's really nice that we can have something like this to do, since all the conventions and festivals were canceled this year. But, so we thank you for taking the initiative to make sure it happens.
Well, sure, and thanks for being with me today. What I'm hoping we can do at some point is do some little visits to the homes of Oz collectors type things, and be able to have more on this website as time marches on, so people might be able to continue to come back and meet more people in the Oz community and see more of what we all have going on. This is the most congested, inaccessible corner of my Oz room. I'm sitting in the little toddler chair that goes with the Franklin set, but I just happened to have my peanut butter things in a way that made it kind of hard to get anywhere else. Not that there's surface anywhere else I can use. Everything's, covered with Oz.
Yeah. I know. I just got 6 boxes of record albums off the floor, and about 250 of them are Oz records. So they're you can walk around now.
Well, next time we'll have to have a Oz record show and tell and serve that up for all of our 2 Oz visitors. Okay, so let's call it a day. Are we done? I think we're done.
Sounds good.
Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Stay safe.